I'm Rob Skinner, and this is the Rob Skinner Podcast. Listen today as I talk to Kai Foster, who's leading a church that's been growing steadily over the past 10 years. All this and more on the Rob Skinner Podcast. Kai, welcome back to the program.
Great to be here.
It's great to have you here. We are here at the Healthy Church Growth Conference in Boston, Massachusetts. Kai, I wanted to ask you, your church is one of the few churches. I mean, there's other churches that have grown, but your church has consistently grown over the past 10 years. What's working for you to multiply disciples, leaders, and churches?
There's a number of things. We got great people, and our God's a great God. But I would say specifically, there's two things that really stand out. One is we have intentional fellowship, and that means that we purposely set time in every meeting of the body for intentional fellowship. So we have an extended fellowship break on Sunday worship services, 10 to 12 minutes. We have an extended fellowship break at midweek, 10 to 12 minutes. It may seem lengthy compared to standard formats of most churches, but it's allowed us to get better connected. I think the greatest challenge for Christians in the suburbs living a suburban life is connectivity. And so the more that you can structure great fellowship, great connection, great conversations that lead from coffees to vacations to fishing trips to taking cruises together. That happens in our fellowship in Reno, Nevada.
What's the difference between just standard normal fellowship, which most churches have, and what you're talking about of intentional fellowship? How would you define the difference?
I would say it's a lot in the teaching. Second greatest command: love one another. You can't do that if you're not connected. So that's often brought out in the teaching. But then also having an extended fellowship break. Most fellowship breaks are about 2 to 3 minutes, if that. But we literally have in the middle of our worship service refreshments in an adjoining sanctuary where everyone leaves the main sanctuary, goes in that other sanctuary, and there's refreshments. And they literally sit down in the middle of the worship service and then come back and hear the sermon. And I pray they come back. No, they come back. But because of that, and we've done this now, for almost 8 years. So people are accustomed to it. They're accustomed to sitting down and talking, having deep conversation. Then in our midweeks, we have discussion groups every midweek. So, and the discussion groups are random. So because of that, random in the sense of pick 3, pick 5 people and just go start having a focused conversation based on what I'm teaching that night. And because of that, they're used to talking about deeper things across the church with people that they may not be even that close to. But they've broken those barriers, and because of that, it brings a lot of a spirit of unity, which really is attractive to people when they're coming in.
You've been a real pioneer of a number of different things that really I don't see done in other churches. One of the things that impressed me from our previous talk is you have, at least at that point, you had like a bulletin.
Yeah.
And that included some pretty deep Bible teaching, and of course the calendar and things like that. And you encourage people to use it also for the quiet times. Are you still doing that?
I'm still doing that. And again, every meeting of the body has it. So the content is some of the scriptures is on the front of the bulletin, front of the outline, and on the back of the outline is a calendar and also a devotional about what I'm preaching on. And so my theory is that we live in a world of screens everywhere you go, but ink and paper has power.
It does.
It has power. And so if you hand someone a piece of paper every worship service and every midweek that has spirit driven content, spiritual content that's printed, then you can't erase it. And so you end up taking it with you, and then you end up looking at it again. And so if anyone's sitting in a worship service, they're looking at this printed spiritual content for an hour and a half, or at least, and sometimes 2 hours. And so when they're looking at it, there's more retention. Faith comes from hearing the word. Faith comes from seeing the word. When they see the word that way, it grows their faith.
It's been really impressive to see the steady growth of the church in Reno. That church was one of the struggling churches of the Pacific Southwest for decades.
Right.
And yet you've really turned it around along with your wife, BJ. Thank you so much for your faithful work on God's behalf.
Amen.
That's great. Thanks for joining the program today.
Great to be here.
And thanks for joining the Rob Skinner podcast. My goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Have a great day and make this life count.